Hi everyone! Today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing the What's Cheering Me Up Right Now tag, which was created by Gina Stanier for BookTube some time ago. Now, one of the things which is currently cheering me up is swimming season has begun, so I'm really happy to be back in the pool. I frequently go swimming every single day, Monday through Friday when the pool is open. That's one of my absolute favorite sports to do. I was never particularly, athletic or sporty at all my entire life, but my body type is really well suited to going swimming. I absolutely love it, and it also was really instrumental in helping me to lose weight 6 years ago in like June of 2017. Believe it or not, I was within spitting distance of morbid obesity. Like I was at the very, very outermost edges of class 3 obesity, and thank God I have lost about 75 pounds since then. And swimming was one of the things which really, really helped me to lose all that weight. I think I kind of saved my own life because I was just like really, really dangerously overweight. Believe it or not, obesity is not like healthy or awesome. And I'm looking forward to doing going swimming until the very end of the summer, until the pool closes. Another thing which is cheering me up is I'm planning to go visit Denver, Colorado sometime this summer. Not sure of the dates yet. Haven't booked a flight or anything to visit my surviving uncle and his daughters and his wife. I was only out in Denver twice in my life. Once when my uncle got married in the summer of 1992, and again, as I mentioned in a previous video, it was 2 months ahead of my maternal grandparents' 50th anniversary in July of 2001, but it was considered more convenient to get the family together in the summer instead of doing it in their proper anniversary in September 2001, and I absolutely loved visiting Colorado because my uncle lives so far away from the rest of the family. He almost always comes to see us over in the eastern states, so it's going to be really, really exciting to go out there again. I love, mountain climbing. That's another sport I really like, going hiking. Just so many wonderful fun things to do, particularly because I again, like the Colorado is the farthest west in the U.S. I have ever been. And so visiting a western state, that's kind of like an exotic adventure for me. One of the other things which is cheering me up right now is all the absolutely beautiful jewelry I got from BodyArtForms during their Memorial Day sale and their April Fool's Day sale. That's one of my absolute favorite websites to get body jewelry from. They also sell non-body jewelry. Like this is one of the things I got from them. It's absolutely beautiful rainbow necklace. You can wear it all the way long. I think it's about 2 feet long, or you can wear it like doubled around like I'm doing. I just couldn't resist when I saw the pretty rainbow colors. And this is also from their I think it's called their Nomads collection, or I'm sorry, maybe their spring summer collection. They do have a lot of different collections, either the chakra colors in these hoops. Since I have stretchedears in my first lobes right now, I can't wear them like so-called properly. I have to wear them through an ear skin or an eyelet, and I'm currently wearing some other beautiful eyelets I got from their sale. I will insert close-up photos of them. They're like red and black swirl horn eyelets, and I also got them in my goal size, which is 14 millimeters or 9/16 of an inch, and I also got them in the black and white in the next size up for my current size, which is the next size up will be half an inch, because unfortunately they didn't have them in red and black in the half an inch. And I also got these I think these are from the Nomad collection. Again, I will have to wear them through eyelets or ear skins because my first lobes are stretched, and even if I wanted to wear them in my so-called normal gauge ear piercings, I couldn't, because the hooks are 20 gauge, and all my other ear piercings except for my rooks are in 16 gauge. My rooks are in 14 gauge. That's in the anti-helix inferior cruise. So, I absolutely love jewelry, if you can't tell. And these are also, I got these from Urban Body Jewelry recently, which is my second favorite website to get body jewelry, like for my stretched ears. These are absolutely gorgeous ear weights. I wore them in a recent video. I absolutely fell in love when I first took them out of the package. They look even more beautiful than they did on the website. They're in a 6 gauge, but most people don't wear ear weights in the exact size they are. Like some people like wearing them in the naked earlobes and letting them hang down, but many people are, afraid of ear thinning, particularly if you wear them too long. So I usually like wearing them through an eyelet or an ear skin. Again, I absolutely love these. These might be some of my top 5 favorite pieces of body jewelry I have ever gotten. I really do not at all regret my decision to stretch my ears. I am planning to do a second channel at some point called An Older Pierced Person's Perspective. And I did say in one video a long time ago I couldn't see myself ever stretching my ears. Like, surprise, guess what happened when I was 41? I just got the bug, and I'll be talking about that a lot more when I get up my second channel. But like one of the well, there were many big reasons why I began, but one of them is because, ear stretching represents wisdom and enlightenment in many of the cultures around the world that practice it. And because, when you're over 40, you've definitely gained a lot of wisdom from and experience from going through so much of life. And this is another beautiful pair of wood plugs in my goal size. I'm sorry, I like to keep my jewelry in the sealed baggies, so I'm not, tempted to just, stretch up and too early and just so, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. It's video is unscripted, so the jewelry doesn't get ruined. And particularly these are wood, and I absolutely love the beautiful carving in them, and I cannot wait to wear them. I also got this beautiful cat's eye bracelet. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too short for my wrist. I'm going to have to get a bracelet extender to properly wear it. Oh, and these are some of my other favorites. I think it was from the recent April Fool's Day sale, but they were also marked down 20% regardless. These are from Gorilla Glass. Oh, beautiful ear weights. These are in my goal size, which is 14 millimeters. Oh, by the way, my current size is 11 millimeters or 7/16 of an inch. So 3 millimeters away, and I plan to stay at my current size throughout the entire summer because slow is the key when you're stretching. And these are turquoise, and particularly when I saw these were the last chance, the last copies left, I just had to get them. These are so absolutely beautiful, the dichroic glass ear weights and their keyhole. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast again. I'm really excited about jewelry, and I couldn't resist this one either, the beautiful black and white keyhole. I have so many things I would love to wear this with because I absolutely love the color combination of black and white, and I do have many things in black, although obviously you can tell I love bright colors. My signature colors are purple, dark and medium blue, teal, turquoise, jewel-like tones of green, orange, bright and dark pink, and red, and black is also a signature color of mine. So I really, really love jewelry, and I'm really, really looking forward to eventually starting that second channel to talk more about jewelry. Oh, and the good thing is, because ear weights don't have to be at the exact size your ears are stretched to, you can still keep wearing them even if you've stretched past your goal size, which, famous last words in the stretching community. Oh, I'm only going to stop at a 00 gauge, or 5/8 is my limit, or 1 inch, that's really the maximum. 2 inches, that still looks a little bit too small for me. So, I really do am pretty much at peace with the goal size I chose for many reasons, but if I do stretch up, I think my hard limit would be 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters. So anyway, look forward to that second channel if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Something that's also cheering me up a lot right now is I recently discovered the company Plushie Dreadfuls. I kept seeing their ads on Twitter all the time, and most ads you see on Twitter, you kind of want to mute them or block them because they're so obnoxious and annoying, and they're just not the kind of thing you're interested in at all. But I was totally drawn to these. I love stuffed animals. I really do feel like my mental health, one of the reasons it's been suffering a lot since I've been in South Carolina these past 6 years, is because all of my stuffed animals except Davy and Simon, my giant stuffed frog, had to go into storage, and Simon did go into storage the moment I got here. He was sentenced to the garage because OMG, he's too big, he takes up your entire bed. Yeah, that was never a problem to me, and dusting and vacuuming him off was never a problem. I really, really miss Simon, so I only have Davy. Right now, I'll show you guys. You might have seen Davy in some of my earlier videos. As you can tell from how he looks, he's my velveteen rabbit. My paternal grandma made him for me in 1987. He's named after Davy Jones from the Monkees. I couldn't bear to have, sent him into storage. He's just, so old and precious. He's, capital R real, just like in the Velveteen Rabbit, but obviously he's not plush, and he's so worn down. Obviously, I'm not playing with stuffed animals at my age, of course, so I just, love collecting them, and they're comfort items, and there's a huge, robust, growing body of psychological literature that shows they're really, really good for mental health. Petting a plushie helps to release oxytocin. It calms you down, and particularly getting back to the Plushie Dreadfuls unboxing, a lot of people report, because a lot of them are based on mental health and physical conditions and emotions. They also have a love line and a pride line and a couple of other types, they have mythological creatures in a cute little series, the 4 Bunsmen of the Bun Apocalypse, and a lot of people report they're practically in tears, or even actually moved to outright tears, because I'm finally seeing a rabbit. Almost all of their animals are rabbits that represents me, and it makes me feel a little bit less alone in my condition. Someone sees me, and I hug the rabbit when I'm having a particularly bad attack of whatever disease or mental health condition they're suffering from. And I know which 2 these are. I got these first. They were hanging out in my closet for a while, and they all come with tote bags, and so really, really cute and sweet. I absolutely love rabbits. I'm sorry again if I'm rambling. This is epilepsy bunny. Yeah, I'm sorry, epilepsy rabbit. I don't have epilepsy myself, but I got it in honor of Dante, whom many people believe he did have epilepsy because he wrote so many times in La Vita Nuova and the Divine Comedy about, passing out and feeling faint, like almost passing out and like coming back to himself in such realistic language, like people feel like maybe he had epilepsy or a condition that was very, very similar to it. In my alternative history, which I'm currently writing about Dante and Beatrice, he has like something which would be kind of similar to atonic seizures at moments of great like stress or emotions after 2 long back-to-back illnesses as a child, measles and meningitis. He's just prone to fainting at these like great emotional like stressful moments, and when he comes back, like one of his like sides of his body is limp and his like hand and leg and arm are shaking for a few seconds. That's kind of like atonic seizures. And this is fibromyalgia bunny. I don't have fibromyalgia myself either, but I can really relate to having lots of aches and pains and stuff, like frequent like tension, headaches. I'm dysmenorrhea, like bruising easily, like eczema. My knee joints kind of like tend to ache a little bit easily, and of course I've had 7 surgeries, and I walk with a limp and just all sorts of things. And I really related when I saw the cute little cartoon ad with the bunny saying even my fur hurts, and sometimes, believe it or not, even my hair hurts, because ever since I had chicken pox in February of 1994 when I was 14. I sadly missed the vaccine by only 1 year, and like one of the places I was left with scars was under my hair. It's really weird to describe them. They're kind of like scab-like scars because they never really healed properly due to the weird, awkward position. And sometimes I can feel them like they're tugging against my hair. My hair is being weighed down if it's too long, or like if I was wearing like the old-fashioned headphones over the head, it's pressing down on the scars and making my hair hurt. So that's something I really relate to. You don't have to have the exact conditions as the bunnies to get them. Sometimes you can just have like similar conditions, and they do donate a lot of money from the sales to charities and organizations working with these diseases, and you just want to support people who have them. This is the tote bag for the fibromyalgia rabbit. Isn't it cute? I absolutely love purple too. Oh, it's so soft. They really, really are as soft as they say. Oh, isn't this just beautiful? I was kind of confused a little bit when I saw that they're saying a lot of them are like 22 inches from tops of tail to the toes, and I'm looking at all the pictures I'm seeing like on their website and people posting like that's not nearly 2 feet tall. And then I realized they're talking about like measuring it from like this way, like when the ears are all floppy like this. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this. I absolutely love stuffed animals, and I really have missed them. Of course, Davy will always be my number 1 stuffy, but he's not a plushie, and he's kind of like, he's really, really worn and old, so I'm very careful with him. It's very difficult to sleep with him. And like this is in a little plastic bag. Here is epilepsy rabbits, and isn't this a cute? They all come with tote bags, and they're all so well made. There are so many other buns on my wish list, and I thought it would be really cute. I didn't know what names to give them. I thought, because I got the epilepsy rabbit in honor of Dante, and since fibromyalgia rabbit and epilepsy rabbit travel together, why don't I name them Dante and Beatrice? Wouldn't that be really cute? And I absolutely couldn't resist it. So look at that little face, and they all represent the conditions there and the emotions and like the physical diseases and stuff, and they have so many others planned. I'm really looking forward particularly to endometriosis rabbit. I suspected for like many years that my severe dysmenorrhea is really endometriosis. I would really like to get tested someday, and I absolutely love them. They're so soft, and the ones that are still going to be coming in the mail are a Sagittarius rabbit, who is like a centaur with a little bow and arrow, and the one's coming are Gray Witch Rabbit that was just released, and I got 2 more Zodiac Fluffs, Taurus, and I'm forgetting, totally blanking on what I ordered already. Oh, I'm thinking like not Capricorn. Pisces is out of stock. I'm sorry, I'm completely forgetting what I've ordered already. But I will obviously be filming on the second part of this video. So I'm gonna see you again on the 11th of May. Hello again. It's still the 9th of May. I completely forgot I had a third Plushie Dreadful to unbox. I was just getting sidetracked, like really embarrassed about which ones I had ordered. And this is going to be Depression Rabbit. It had to come separately because it's like really like, you know, big, couldn't really fit in a box with the other rabbit. Oh, this guy is big and really, really soft. They weren't lying when they said the rabbits are super soft. And here is the cute little tote bag with the little bunny. It's a different shape from their regular rabbits because when you have depression, I have personally cyclical depression, you kind of, you know, feel out of sorts, like a little round. You can't even walk places. Oh, look how big this is. You could use it as like a pillow. It's so really, really nice and firm, and I'm absolutely so looking forward to the rest of the plushies which are going to be coming in the mail. I remembered which plushies I'm going to be getting in the mail. Tomorrow I'm going to be getting Ouchie Rabbit and Sagittarius, as I mentioned, and the 4 ones which are on the way from abroad right now are Scorpio, Taurus, PTSD Bunny, and the Gray Witch Rabbit. So it's really, really going to be cool, and I cannot wait to grow my warren a little bit more. And so this time really do see you guys on the 11th. Through the magic of video editing, it is now 2 days later, the 11th of June. I'm sorry, I kept saying May instead of June in the previous 2 video segments. And so now I have the last thing to unbox for this What's Cheering Me Up video, and I'm really, really eager to see these things. I was initially only planning on getting the 3 Plushie Dreadfuls, which you saw me unboxing in the previous 2 segments, but I just felt really guilty. I just had to go back and get Ouchie Rabbit, and of course, because, you know, I'm my maternal grandparents, granddaughter all the way through, you know, just love, like, saving money and having a bargain. I had to get 2 to qualify for the free shipping, and this is Ouchie up first. I just, you know, couldn't resist. I felt really bad. I mean, I know this makes me sound like, you know, totally childish or like weird or goofy or whatever, but, you know, I just, you know, have a sucker for stuff like that, you know, a soft spot. So I just, you know, went back. I just kept thinking, and I mean, it wasn't like I totally ruled him out. I just, you know, kept thinking and thinking, and that's a kind of a good thing when you're thinking about buying something, you know, like for me, like body jewelry or a stuffed animal or a book or whatever. You're like, oh, maybe this might be a good idea. Maybe I would like this, but I really just have to think more. And if you just keep thinking about it, it's a sign that it's meant to be. And I just, you know, felt really bad. I like decided initially that, oh, I don't want to buy a stuffed animal like that with all the bandages. And when I just, you know, saw the cute little story again and thought, oh, I was, you know, I've had 7 surgeries, and my right leg was severely broken. The tibia and the fibula were shattered after my car accident 20 years ago in August of 2003. I couldn't walk for 11 months. If this had happened 40 or 50 years earlier, I probably definitely would have been an amputee. I had, you know, second and first degree burn scars on my stomach and abdomen, and a whole bunch of other gashes. I've had 7 operations today. Thankfully, hopefully, I will never need to have an 8th surgery, of course, although obviously I would not like refuse a life-saving surgery, or if I, of course, like became pregnant before time runs out and I needed a C-section, of course I would not refuse that. And I'll just read you Ouchie's cute little story on the website. I just like couldn't resist it. I felt such a mothering instinct, particularly for a little stuffed animal who, you know, resembles what I have looked like so many times and felt like with all these like different aches and pains. Your life story reads like a WebMD entry, one that would send most people into a panic attack. Aches, pains, nausea, vomiting, on and on. But you've become so good at dealing with the pain that others have a difficult time believing how bad it really is. And it is bad, but it's not just the pain. It's the constant, exhausting worry, especially in those rare moments when the pain subsides, of what tomorrow has in store. Certainly more of the same, maybe something new and worse. A whole life is planned around illness, medication, and treatment, an endless cycle others can only glimpse in flashes, while you remain fully immersed, with little hope for escape. But despite all this, you bandage yourself up, grit your teeth, and keep going. And in the midst of it all, you take a certain solitary pride in your ability to endure. You might not look it, and you certainly don't feel it, but you're tough. Even the toughest among us can use a companion who understands, someone with a shared experience and a couple of aches and pains of their own. Ouchie is here for you to cuddle and squeeze through the worst of the battle. He understands your aches and pains, and he has a heart full of love to give. He also doesn't mind if you use him as a support or pillow. And I, again, just absolutely couldn't resist. Oh, isn't he so sweet? I can't wait to be his mamashka. You know, the little the eye patch, like I'm practically blind in my right eye without my scleral contacts because of scarring on my cornea, although my left eye is really, really good even with that. Contacts or glasses. There were a couple of times when I had lost my glasses and was in between contacts. I know I shouldn't really admit this, but I had to, you know, drive without any glasses or contacts, and I didn't have an accident because I could see the road signs and everything because my left eye was basically working for both eyes. And on my, as I said, my right leg was broken, and I have had 4 surgeries on my right leg. I've also had 3 plastic surgeries. The first was to remove a dysplastic nevus on my abdomen. Thankfully, it was not precancerous, but that also inadvertently removed some of the burn scar tissue that was around it. The doctor couldn't help doing that, and I liked the results so much I asked her to remove the rest of my burn scar tissue, and she did that in 2 separate surgeries. Later on, I had to convince her this was medically necessary, and that sometimes like extensive scar tissue like I used to have that can mask precancerous stuff, like you're not going to see like a suspicious mole or other weird thing on your skin until it's too late, and because of the heavy scar tissue and clothing is rubbing up against that might lead to, you know, some weird stuff leading to, God forbid, like precancerous stuff on your skin. So again, I really, really relate to Ouchie. I'm so glad I decided to buy him. You know, I think he'll become one of my favorite, most cherished stuffed animals, because again, you know, like you really, really relate to things that look like you. It's so many people in the reviews for Plushie Dreadfuls, and the creator American McGee his real name is American, believe it or not. He has said these are meant for adults, and they're supposed to be, you know, like ideally like tools and guides and support aids for people suffering with like, you know, physical health diseases, strong emotions like, you know, rage or envy, anger, distress, things like that, like mental health topics, trauma, just like pretty much everything you can think of. And when you see someone representing what you're going through or what you've gone through in the past, or something very similar, like for example, I bought the fibromyalgia rabbit, even though I'm pretty sure I don't have fibromyalgia, but I do relate to having lots of aches and pains, like particularly the hair hurting, like the rabbit has her fur hurting. So sometimes it can just be like, you know, very similar to something you have. And when you see that represented, I can't really put into words what it really does for you. Like, oh, someone is validating me. This is what I'm going through. I don't feel so alone anymore. And this is going to help my mental health, particularly when you're like petting a plushie. It does the same thing, believe it or not, when you're petting like a dog, cat, rabbit, or whatever animal floats your boat. It releases oxytocin and helps to like relax you, and it also helps to ground you. Or just like if you're having a bad day, or you come home from work or school at, you know, the end of a really long, intense like workload or school test or whatever, and oh, this is my buddy here, and it's going to cheer me up. So believe it or not, there's lots of, you know, psychological literature about the positive effects of stuffed animals. And so enough rambling. This is going to be, yeah, I did show you guys the bag, and they also have an Ouchie sweater on the website with, you know, the image of Ouchie on a sweater. I possibly might get that myself in future. And the second one coming out of the bag is Sagittarius. That is my sun sign, and I also have several other placements in the zodiac that are Sagittarius, although this is where I'm gonna totally nerd out, as you know, like totally into astrology way more than like the sun sign generic crap in the newspaper and women's fashion magazines, because the year I was born, Neptune was directly influencing Sagittarius. That was in 1979, and because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, all of my Sagittarius placements in my zodiac have a much more Piscean feel, particularly my moon sign. I'm not like a lunar Sagittarian at all. Like I'm definitely meet pretty much all of the, you know, classifications and check marks, and, you know, I'm sorry, I'm fumbling on the word, just like trademarks, like standards, whatever, that the people who have the moon in Pisces are like. And I would love to maybe do a future video talking more about astrology. I'm really, really into it. I absolutely just love it since I was 13 years old. This is a bag for Sagittarius. I do have a really, really, you know, cool animal representing my sign, the centaur, half human, half horse. And I do, even though I do have much more Piscean feel for my Sagittarius placements in my chart, I definitely have, you know, many characteristics. I'm sorry, that was the word I kept blanking on. A lot of characteristics of the sun sign of Sagittarius. Like I love travel, like wisdom, enlightenment, just like learning new things. And they say, you know, Sagittarius is the eternal child of the zodiac. There's a difference between being childish and childlike, and Sagittarians, many of us are just childlike throughout our lives. You know, we don't forget what it's like to be a child. We know what kids like, so that's why we make such wonderful parents and step-parents and grandparents, and the cool, like, older aunts and uncles are like the much older siblings, because, you know, teachers, because, you know, we just never lose that sense of, like, childlike wonder and wisdom, instead of, oh, we're just going to be a boring adult now, oh, I can't do that or be interested in that or help kids with that, because, oh, you're just supposed to give up childish things the moment you're 12 or 15 or whatever. And so this is a cute little archer, comes with a little bow. Isn't this cool? Like, Chiron was one of the two, and Pholos, I believe, was the name of the other, like, good centaur. Like, apparently I didn't realize this, most of the centaurs in Greek mythology were kind of like, you know, bad creatures, and they were basically all shot to death during this, like, you know, wedding match. I believe, like, Hercules started shooting at them, and there was another like fight breaking out during a wedding. But Chiron was very much enlightened, and so is Pholos. They were different from all of the other centaurs. And oh, look at this awesome purple, and this is just really cool, like red. I might have this behind me on my bookshelf from now on. Just, I love being a Sagittarius, and like absolutely love astrology. And again, I would love to talk more about that in future. And I should also mention another thing cheering me up. I finally got my passport on the mail, so I'm one step closer to making Aliyah, moving to Israel, and also going to all sorts of wonderful places around the world I've been, you know, wanting to visit for so long. But again, there are going to be future What's Cheering Me Up Now videos, and I will also be doing some more unboxings of Plushie Dreadfuls, because I do have 4 more coming in the mail. And so I will see you guys again very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.